Yes, it was a very eventful bookish week. This is going to be a conglomeration of a bunch of different things, but most importantly, hey BookTube, it's Kim at Middle of the Book March, and this is my bookish week for Saturday, August 27th. And yes, my granddaughter was born a week ago. She's officially a week old. And I'd love to include more pictures, but my daughter and son-in-law have requested we don't post pictures of her face, and we're respecting that. So I've posted a few pictures that I can that don't really show her full-on face directly. But I am in love. This child is just so beautiful and so lovely, and it's such a joy to be her Grammy. So I've just had the best week. Not a lot of reading, but a really, really great distraction from books for the past week. So what I have for you today is I finished one book. I'm currently reading 4, I think. I don't remember. And then I have a bunch of other things going on that I wanted to talk to you about. So the one book I finished is an audiobook, and it's Twisted, The Tangled History of Black Hair Culture by Emma Dabiri. And she is a PhD and a cultural historian and author. She also narrates the audiobook. So I liked that part of it. But honestly, the entire book didn't work that well for me. I came into it expecting something very different. This is far more academic of a text than I was expecting. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the book. It's a series of essays and historical observations, historical knowledge and commentary on the history of black hair. What Dabiri is writing about is quite often very deep historical academic knowledge. She even introduces the concept of mathematics and geometry in creating black hairstyles, which is, at first that was fascinating. I was like, wow, it gives you the knowledge that this is incredibly intricate, and there's art that goes into it, and there is kind of a method, a methodical way of looking at black hairstyles. And she gives so much historical background as to what certain black hairstyles mean as far as historical and family culture. So all of that was really interesting. I think for me, the thing that did not work was the format. And I would rather have read something that was more narrative nonfiction. That's how I like to read nonfiction. So there's a lot to digest in here. I do recommend listening to her on audio. There are some points where it's almost, once in a while, she has a very mixed accent because she's Irish and British, and her background is Nigerian. So there's a lot of different, I guess, voice inflection that may be interesting to parse through. So that was, I liked her voice. She very smoothly reads her text. So yeah, it's definitely worth a listen to or worth a read. And I think it was just me going into it with a different set of what I was getting into. But that is the only book I finished last week. I'm currently reading 4 books. Let me quickly tell you what those are. I could show you a few. I am buddy reading now in November by Josephine Johnson, and this is with Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading. And I think I've already said this a few times. I found out about this book from Kelly and picked it up, and it blew me away. This is a reread for both of us. It's one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. It won the Pulitzer in 1934, and Josephine Johnson at that point was 24 years old, and this is her first novel. So I need to check in with Kelly. We're about halfway through, I think. And then I'll probably have a full review next week. And I'm also reading Catalan Street by Magda Szabo, translated from The Hungarian by Len Ricks. And this I picked up for Women in Translation Month for August. I'm really loving the book. I've just had other things going on, and I've been picking up this book more often, and just have not had the headspace to get too far into reading. One more book I'm listening to on audio, and this is Wandering in Strange Lands, A Daughter of the Great Migration Reclaims Her Roots by Morgan Jerkins. And I read her previous book, This Will Be My Undoing. I think it was last year. I listened to that one on audio as well, and I really enjoyed that. And this one is her actually looking back on her family history. And she's traveling through the United States to research her family legacy, to research the history of Black people in the Great Migration to the North after the Civil War. And it's so far really good. She's does this extremely well. She's presenting her research. She's presenting her travel experiences, the people that she's meeting and consulting with, and it's really, really interesting. I also, this is the perfect example of a narrative nonfiction writing style that I really enjoy. So I think I'm liking this book quite a bit. I know, I am enjoying it. So those are all the books that I could tell you about. So again, there's not a lot of bookish things that I was doing last week. Yeah, I was changing diapers and I was doing all that kind of stuff. Mom and baby are doing great. Everybody's quite healthy and they're settling in. So it's just been so much fun to watch. I want to thank everybody who sent well wishes and congratulations. There were so many of you, so I really appreciate that. It's just so much fun to share. So, I haven't done a book haul in a little bit. I've got some books that I've purchased, but I actually am slowing down quite a bit in my book buying. I've got so many books on my shelves that I want to read. But I wanted to show you one book that, this is one of those examples of book thrifting and finding an absolute jackpot. I bought this book for $3 at Goodwill, and I was stunned to find it. I have the electronic copy, but again, it's another example of I don't want the electronic copy. I wanted the physical copy, and I can't believe it was just sitting there looking at me from the shelf. Now, let me see. This is, I'm going to show you the spine because, no, let me show you the picture on the cover. And so many of you are going to know who this is. But this was just sitting there on the shelf at Goodwill. This is Clarice Lispector, The Complete Stories. And that's the spine. This collection is translated from the Portuguese by Katrina Dodson. It's almost unread. It's almost like brand new condition. And I just happened to find this during Women in Translation Month. And I bought it thinking maybe I'll start to pick through it and read a story here and there. And as you know, if you've watched me, I've said before, I'm not the best or the biggest short story fan. But this one I was dying to get my hands on. And I was so happy to find it. Practically brand new for $3. So there's one more thing I wanted to talk about, and it's a video that I watched that I found really cool and interesting, and I wanted to post a little bit of a response to it. Now, Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading posted a video a day or so ago, yesterday or Thursday. What is success on BookTube? And the minute I saw that title, I immediately opened and watched the video because it's like, not clickbait, but, yeah, I want to know, I want to hear an opinion of what somebody thinks is success on BookTube. It's really easy to read the word success and think of it in a financial way, or think of it in a way where somebody is thinking of how high of a level in a career or in your goals in life have you reached your goal? Have you made a bunch of money? Do a lot of people know who you are? A lot of times that's what Americans believe success is. But that's not what Kelly was saying. And she was posing the question, what is success on BookTube? For those of us who create the content, it's also very easy to project that success means subscriber count. It means the number of views. It means, am I monetized? Am I making money off of my BookTube videos? And so Kelly was talking about all that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is an excellent conversation. And I started to think about that. Like, what do I think success on BookTube means? Immediately, I thought, is it subscriber count? And I realized that no, but when I do keep an eye on my subscriber count, not every day. If I go on to edit a video, I'll take a look at my dashboard, which is what it's called, and I'll see if my subscriber count has gone up. And historically, on my channel, my subscriber count has gone up maybe 1 a day on average, which is great. I love it. But that's not really what I think success on BookTube is. It's not, I didn't open this channel to see how many people can I get on as subscribers. And even Kelly she was so funny because she said something that I had always thought is, when I first started my channel, I constantly asked myself, who's going to want to watch this? Who's going to watch me? Why would anybody be interested in watching my videos? And I remember way back in the beginning feeling that way. And so what are some other ways to gauge success? You know, subscriber count, how many views I'm getting. Am I getting a bunch of views every video? How many am I getting? Is it consistent? Am I getting more than 50? Am I getting more than 100? Am I breaking the triple or quadruple digits? Does that mean I feel successful as a booktuber? Not really. I think it counts more if a booktuber or a YouTuber is monetized. So let's talk about that. I do not monetize. I've been waffling back and forth whether I want to or not. And the majority of the times I think about it, I do not want to monetize. And there are other times I'm thinking, maybe I'll try it and see what will happen. I don't know. And then I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. It's just, that's not something that I want to do. There's plenty of booktubers who do monetize and it works out really well for them. But it's not really something I want to do, at least not right now. We'll see. I don't like to say never for anything. But yeah, I don't have this driving desire to do that. So if I don't monetize, then how do I keep track of my financial success? Well, for me, that's not important to keep track of. I don't care about financial success. I didn't start a channel to make money. I did think in the back of my head that maybe one day somebody will send me free books. So I was thinking about that. Well, yeah, if you make money, you could buy books with extra money. I know, but that seems like it's more work to me. And my subtitle of my channel should be The Lazy Booktuber. So I'm not super interested in that. So those are kind of normal things that people would look at to define success. What do I look at as success on BookTube? Am I having fun? That's it. Am I enjoying myself? And the answer is a resounding absolutely yes. And it's exactly what I was hoping for. The funnest parts of BookTube are meeting Karen in real life. We just met last week, 2 days before my daughter went into labor. Talking to booktubers who I have become great friends with on Voxer. Talking to subscribers who I've become great friends with. And it could be on Facebook or Voxer or Instagram messages. It's so fun and it makes me feel so giddy and happy with all of these really tight, fun, warm relationships that booktubers are forming with each other. This does not mean that it gets cliquey, because I talk to so many people. And I talk to so many people that I love because we've had a blast doing a buddy read. We've realized we have so much reading taste in common. We click on a personal level. We have similarities in personality traits and whatever it is. That is the best part of BookTube. And to me, that's what success is on BookTube. Am I enjoying myself? Am I having fun? I'm having a blast. And not only that, but BookTube to me is browsing. I've discovered so many books I never would have found on my own, just from watching people that I really like and enjoy and respect. Oh, good gracious, no wonder why I have the quantity of books that I have, is because I've discovered so many things. My mind has been opened. It's just, I'm having a blast, and to me, that's what success means on BookTube. So Kelly, thank you so much for starting that conversation. I loved your video. There was so much to think about and to talk about in that conversation. And yeah, that's my response to it. And I checked with her in advance and she's like, go for it, make a reply. So that was it. That's it for me for this week, you guys. I'm babysitting today. I'm babysitting because, you know, my daughter and son-in-law need a longer nap. So my younger daughter and I are babysitting, and I cannot wait. So let me know what you think about any of the books I talked about. Let me know what you think means BookTube's success. Even if you don't create content, what are your ideas about what it means to be a successful BookTuber? Write a comment down below. I repeated myself. I'm repetitive, I know, but just do it anyway. And that's where I have some of the most fun, is in the comments. So I'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.